Hello and welcome to our show for this week in the wonderful area around Las Cruces, New Mexico. We're pretty close to the Mexican border, not too far from El Paso. And even though it's a chilly day and I had to put my jacket on, the sun is shining brilliantly. And they tell us it shines like this more than 300 days of the year. And you also get a hint of our first story if you look behind me. This is like the perfect story for all of us who think we're as smart as a rocket scientist. We visit the White Sands Missile Range. History stands tall at the White Sands Missile Museum. This outside display just a sampling of the many advancements that have been made at this Army base in the New Mexico desert. Development here has been explosive, from the nuclear bomb dropped over Japan to the Scud-busting Patriot missiles. White Sands has been at the forefront of America's advances in defense. This is also the home of the famed Trinity site, where the nuclear age began.
That first detonation is what really fused the United States as a real superpower, because we had control of this massive energy. The test took place on July 16th, 1945, and it was a secret. The people in the area didn't know about it. In fact, when the comments started coming in, it was blamed on an explosion of a ammo dump.
With the end of the war, captured German V-2 rockets were brought here, and with its own building, this V-2 may be the museum's most prized possession.
White Sands is known as the birthplace of America's missile and space technology. After the end of World War II, the V-2 was brought here. There in pieces. There were about 300 carloads of V-2 parts, plus about 100 scientists from Germany that came over, and this is where the beginning of our missile and space technology program began.
The museum also chronicles the earliest days of the settlement of this valley, from the Native Americans who first came here about 1,800 years ago, to the ranchers who eventually gave up their land so the base could be built in the early 1940s. And we should point out that some other incredible technologies have been created and tested here, specifically the high-speed cameras and the tracking devices needed to show the success and failures of the missile and rocket firings. And not too long ago, NASA and one of its contractors were also here doing testing.
Recently we did a crew escape vehicle test for NASA. This was a couple of years ago, maybe 3. We were developing a new crew escape vehicle, or NASA was developing that, and White Sands was the perfect place to test it. It was a way for the crew to, if there was a problem at launch, for the crew to be lifted off safely and brought back to Earth safely.
The White Sands Missile Range is a fascinating place that combines some pretty cool technology with American pride. It's about 23 miles east of Las Cruces and free to all visitors.
We're always pushing that envelope, if you will. As our general likes to say, we are a national treasure here. It's an amazing ability that we can do here.